go! We're live. You know that? And this music is called Epic.
This is epic?
Yeah. Does it feel epic? You're like, oh my god, it doesn't even feel like 9 in the morning or 6 in the morning.
It's not bad. This is kind of like, I'm trying to think like what's like a movie scene that goes to this. Hold on, I'll get it. This is like a little bit of The Rock. You know what I mean? Like it's like Mr. President. We got to get the team together. You know what I mean? Like we got to like, you know, in 24 hours they're gonna shoot the rocket out of Alcatraz or something. They got to get like Nicolas Cage or it's something like that, right?
Yeah, okay. That was good. I like when you tell stories. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back after these messages.
After these messages.
With BetterHelp, you too can feel better because of the help. Use code Hatter for 10% more. Good morning.
By the way, I use code House Hatter everywhere. I go to the supermarket. I use code House Hatter. I go to Target. I use code. I go to In and Out.
I like that because you have to like lean over the register and like use code House Hatter, please.
Yeah, that almost sounds like you're going to rob the place when you do it that way.
You are though. I mean, that's what's happening with Toy Stalker. You know, he gets Mezco turtles in, sells them at retail, and then you're like, "How about 10% off that?"
Yeah, I know. That is
Poor
true.
Guy. Running him out of business.
He just wants to eat. He just wants to feed his kids. And here I am with code House Hatter, fucking up all the profit.
Well, good morning, everybody. Good to see you all. I appreciate you guys and gals. And
no, that's not true. Before the chat, before he turned the live on, he said, "God, I'm so not looking forward to doing this live stream with people that I don't appreciate, especially those guys and gals."
But that's the kind of conversation for off air. So we don't say that stuff online.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So if everybody can just forget that he said that, so we can go back to normal. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We got a few folks. We got 87 in a matter of like a few seconds. We went from like 65 to 87. That's pretty good.
87
people here in the first 2 minutes. And they're all on my channel. That's not true.
I mean,
what a week.
John, for the new year.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. Sorry, were you saying something? Were you?
I was just going to say, like, isn't it amazing how every week somebody has to get muted from the channel?
Oh, no. What is it?
Well, you and I already talked about it. I just think it's an incredible thing.
Isn't it ironic, don't you think?
I really do think.
Isn't it ironic that none of those lyrics are ironic?
Yeah, I think.
John, what is our resolution live stream wise for 2025? Like what could we do better? I know a lot of people in the chat are going to be like, do better. This is perfect already. Like this is super entertaining and probably the best thing ever. But like, I still think that you and I internally can like, you know, I mean, people don't know this, but you and I have meetings every week for 3 to 4 hours where we talk about professionally the things we're going to discuss. So what can we do better for 2025? Do you think off the top of your head? Do you have anything?
That's a really hard thing to answer because we're so good. So I think, God, get some people on the show, like the artists behind the products that we know.
I like that. I like that's a good one. Like although this is a little early for some guests, but I don't know.
So that might force us to shift some stuff, but we know for sure that Brody, one of the sculptors behind a lot of stuff with NECA, he's been down since like a year ago.
Yeah. Yeah, Brody would do some stuff. Probably some Mondo guys would do some stuff. Um, you know what my dream is to
Tell
get
me.
other YouTubers on.
What a dream.
Yeah,
What a dream.
and just talk to them. Just say, hey, what's your favorite toy? What's your top 24? Top of 2024. Just get there. Just get them talking. You know what I mean? Just let them talk uninterrupted for a good 5 minutes. That's my dream. Is because YouTubers, they're always fascinating. You know what I mean?
Well, what I do like about that is that we get them to talk most of the time, so then you and I could just, like, kinda take a break. It's almost like a free day. It's like having a substitute teacher.
Substitute teacher
Yeah.
day. I like that. I'm sure the
Um,
ch love that too.
this isn't an uncommon request, I would think, even in your videos. Definitely in
Right.
your live stream, you kept hearing about that in your hat/hair, in that live. Poor guy.
Yeah, no, that's is my I thought my lighting.
It's all the angle.
Huh?
It's all the angle, man. You gotta, like, I mean, I don't have to explain this to you. You're a writer director
I
and
know.
anything
I
in
don't have.
between.
Do people really go to me for production value? I don't know.
At least for live streams. I
Um,
think people just wanna be able to, like, look at you without feel like the sun's in their eyes.
dude, you know what it is? I gotta do a whole. Oh my god, how would I
You
even do this?
poor
You know what?
bastard. It's
Maybe
all
that's not that
placement,
point.
man. If the laptop that you're using was about 5 to 6 inches higher up, that would allow you to lower the camera angle, and we wouldn't see that overhead light. Also, grab a cloth and just kinda just clean where the lens is. You could do
It
that right
is.
now.
It's just not a great web camera.
Well, don't blame the camera for your finger smudges.
It's not.
You
It's
see that
not big.
streak? That streak going down right here? Zoop! That's just from grease on the lens.
I've never touched the lens, bro.
God. What kind of
Yeah, I like
well,
I
I
like
mean,
Quip's thing. He
if
said
it's like a
Matt has
MacBook
gone
where you
for. Wait, no. Oh,
sorry,
I hit his thing by mistake. Damn it! How do I show it? John, why does it keep hiding it?
I don't just tap it once.
I'm trying to click on Quip's comment. It says Matt has gone for the '90s home video aesthetic, but I couldn't. I couldn't click on it. But I do like that comment.
Yeah, it definitely feels it. All right. So, this seems I don't know what this means.
I
Why would
just
he
like
like a
the
you and
Jew in
me?
you. I mean, I'll take it. He says he likes it. Well, what's wrong with that?
Um, I don't have any Jew in me. That's why
Oh,
I don't
we can
understand.
fix that. Speaking of Jew, I have my dreidel right here.
Nice.
Do you know that it takes a lot of skill, Jonathan,
Yes.
to spin a dreidel? I have a Ninja Turtle Super 7 box right here, right?
Okay. Yep.
I can. Oh, 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 oh,
Dreidel,
oh.
dreidel, dreidel. Da,
Get
da,
the whole
da, da,
out.
da.
Oh, oh. It landed on Nun. John, take a shot.
None?
And John,
Um,
you're not gonna do that anyway.
no,
Um,
I shouldn't, right?
so guys, we really don't have anything to talk about. I don't think we do. So we are going to end stream. No, John, what are we like? I was thinking about like most anticipated. That's a hard one. I always have a hard time coming up with like the list, but as per the thumbnail, I think Giant Krang has to be up there. I feel like when Giant Krang is inevitably released or they announce it or whatever, I feel like that's going to cause a lot of controversy because like that the price, man, that's going to be a thing on like the forums is for like a month, like where people are just talking about the price because it's for sure going to be overpriced.
Yeah. Okay. Let's acknowledge the super chat to whoever it went to. $2 do classic toy reviews like crash test dummies,
Like
the
crash test
explodable
dummy?
figures. They had cars. They had babies, pets, crash test pets that all could explode. It's pretty amazing, isn't it?
Do they have crash test dummies in the 1/12 scale?
Well, it's just the vintage stuff.
No, but like, did anybody ever make any like posable
Oh,
1/12 scale crash test dummies?
I doubt it. That'd be really fun though.
Somebody
What a
should do that.
wild thing to take over the 90s. I mean, there were like video games and everything.
Yeah, crash test dummies were really popular at one point. They
Yeah,
were
all
using
for
them
a
in
public
everything.
service announcement.
Yeah, and then they just went away. We gotta bring crash test dummies back.
Yeah, I mean, they even formed a band.
Right, that's true.
It's crazy.
That's very true.
So let's look at this and what do we think this chunky monkey is going to be? I mean, he's taller than a street scene second story, but obviously not with the backdrop if that was there. And then we can also talk about if we think he's going to have accessories.
Yeah. My wish is for the Krang inside that to be like a stress ball. Like I don't want him to be sculpted. I want him to be able to be. I want it to be like a doggy chew toy.
Yeah, that's a
Um,
really fun, unique idea.
yeah. Let's go to some people in the chat are saying what I'm thinking. Why you think $500?
Well, that can't be possible.
250. I think 250 is right, by the way.
Yeah, I was thinking 2 or 250.
You think Giant Krang will have shipping issues? Oh yeah.
Yeah, everything NECA does has shipping issues.
Yeah, don't. If you get a Giant Krang for free, it's like here we go again. It's just going to be the same old show. In the new year, film Jonathan's reaction to placing his stickers on expensive toys. John, do you do that? You place your stickers on expensive toys?
My stickers on expensive toys?
Yeah, I don't know what that meant.
As far as the stuff that I offer in my store, none of them are stickers because I don't want them to be destructive.
Okay.
If that's what it means. I don't know.
Well, that felt like it was a shot at you, John.
Yeah, I don't. I hate React videos. I don't know.
Yeah. I saw that SS4. This one is for me. I saw that SS4 Vegeta you had, John, in that last. That must be a mistake where you said John in that last video. You put up me and my wife for wondering when you are doing that review. I am. I've decided not to do the SSJ4 Vegeta review because those figures just fall apart. So I'm going for SSJ7 Vegeta. So just watch that review. Let's see what else. Is Krang bigger than the 1/4 scale? Yeah, he should be bigger.
Yeah, I would love to see somebody put, if they had a quarter scale turtle, they could put it next to the street scene and let us all know.
Yeah. Do I
You could do that right now. You could do it right now.
I can't. I don't have that out, Jonathan. Don't you have one of those?
I don't have any quarter scale turtles.
Did you not? Why do I think like you reviewed one?
Negative. Never in my life, and never would I, because they're stupid.
Wow. Yeah, this is good. It is bigger than the 1/4 scale. I just don't know how much more. I mean, NECA has experience with making really giant figures. Like when you go to Frankensons, they have those gigantic. Fuck, dude, it's not even 1/4 scale. It's like a half scale, like half scale Batman from the '89 movie, half scale like they just have like crazy scale figures. So I don't doubt that they'll be able to do this, but something tells me it's gonna be expensive, man. I don't know why I just went into this accent. It's gonna be real expensive, bro.
I don't know. Like it. I like it real good though. When you talk like that, make me feel a little bit more like at home.
I like talking like this too. But yeah,
Boy, gives you a real excuse to not have no brains. So how about Video Power Gaming giving $5 to one of us, saying that $220 Crane price is my guess, $250 after incorrect Connecticut shipping. Oh, okay.
incorrect Connecticut shipping.
Yeah.
Well, thank you,
Pretty
Video
good
Power
too.
Gaming. What happened?
Which is, I said that feels pretty good too. Crazy that if it was 220, I feel less excited about a $220 Krang than I do about a $220 Mondo.
You feel less excited about? Oh, ouch! Really?
Same
Okay.
amount of money, both big boys. This is larger, I would guess. Yeah, this is obviously larger. I just am more excited about a Mondo, I guess, because I kind of know what I'm getting with them, and that's bad QC upon arrival and free full replacements after.
I know.
Um,
But
yeah,
you can rest easy. It is nice opening up something, and if there is an issue, somebody will replace it, versus the terror you feel sometimes when you open up a NECA figure and you're like, please don't break, please don't do anything that will warrant. And then, if it does happen, you're like, well, I guess this is going to be a fucking
nightmare.
This is going to be an adventure now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's ultimately the problem. It's like with the Mondo stuff, I know it'll get replaced. They'll reply within 24 hours, and then send me more stuff than I should have. I don't know where I put it, but my Cyclops wrist peg broke on his human hand that's attached to his leather jacket. So his gloveless hand broke. Sent them a photo of that. They sent an entire jacket with both arms and hands attached.
Yeah, that's wild, dude.
Yeah. Which is probably why yesterday, I think on the Mondo group, somebody was selling the whole jacket and no hands.
Oh, really? Okay.
Crazy. Yeah, so it's already happening. So I would like to know the guesses on accessories, because if they are doing this scale thing, not because they have quarter scale turtles, but because there's a giant Krang, as it's called, molecular amplification android Krang.
Molecular amplification.
So this is definitely enlarged boy, not a quarter scale Krang. He didn't have all the crazy attachments in that episode. So I don't think they'd be like, well, we'll just include the attachments we got before, like the balls and the all the different hand attachments. I don't think they're going to do that.
Oh, you're not going to get all that shit. That Krang was loaded up. Are you talking about like all the shit you got in the normal version of Krang?
I don't think any of it will be in there. I think you would get.
You're not gonna.
Maybe
you might get
2 pairs of hands.
Stand.
What?
You might get the stand, the little floating stand for Brain Krang, if you want to like take him out, I guess, and like just kind of like stand him on his own. That probably wouldn't be very hard to do. But all that other stuff, all those fucking attachments, there's no way.
Yeah, I think 2 pairs of hands we would see, and then if we're lucky, an alternate head for the top.
That would be cool.
He makes different faces, right?
Yeah, he makes different faces. They got to give you a few of those forks on his head.
Yeah. And it should come with 5 for the original, just to cover that.
Yeah. Dude, this guy is gonna fucking fall over constantly, man.
I know. I'm so afraid. He's still got the same tiny feet.
Yeah, this guy, just get ready for it. He is going to be. I just know I'm gonna just every day walk into this room and just see him flat on his face on the floor. It's gonna be wild.
Yeah, they'd have to put like actual weights of some sort, metal pieces in his legs to put the weight in the bottom of his body. But I don't see them doing that.
No,
There's no way.
$5
$5 from Video Power Gaming to one of us says mini turtle blimp accessory.
Ooh, that would be
stellar.
cool.
That would be really nice.
Like just a little turtle blimp. That's a great idea. Video Power Gaming. It's almost too good.
Yeah, something they would never think of. Now, so
dude,
historically, NECA has been one of those companies where I'm like, oh my god, they really thought of the accessories. But in the last year or so, they just have been removing them from the box. I know that the sculptors are making them because with Dinosaur Boy, Earl Sinclair, there were a bunch of items sculpted that were not selected. And then there's just like the Vacation Bebop and Rocksteady, no flag historically.
That's right.
Ruin the figures.
But you know that was like sculpted?
I don't know that was sculpted. I could have asked. I don't know if I did ask or not.
Yeah, that was a weird one because it was on the box. There was a hand that was made for it, right? And
yeah,
it just was not there because flags cost thousands of dollars to make.
Instead we got that stupid bug, the rhinoceros bug or whatever. But it's like there's no stand for that guy, like you got with the Leonardo's little side character you could put in a stand in. It's crazy. None of it makes sense anymore. I am the Starman. $2 to one of us says definitely need the wings.
Oh yeah, the wings, man. Like in the beginning of Turtles in Time, where he like grabs like the Statue of Liberty or something.
Or something.
Or something. Wings would be great, but again, it's just so big. I just don't see them. Whoa.
Oh no.
All right, what's your password?
Fingerprint. This makes life a little bit easier, doesn't it? These are all the accessories that came in the box. Obviously, it wouldn't make sense based on the scaling an episode, but 2 sets of hands, so I call it that. It's going to be exactly those. I know they resculpted the head and then resculpted Krang, according to one of the interviews. I don't think we're going to get any of this stuff. Obviously, not the towel stuff, because that doesn't make sense. We're not going to get any baby Shredder. So, no balls and chains, guaranteed. If anything, maybe a blaster?
How terrified will you be when you want to change out the hand and you grab the Krang's hand and you twist it and it does that thing where it goes and like you just have that nightmare of the nub just like breaking right off.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I don't even want to try. I feel like I'm just gonna get it and just leave it just how it is.
Get it and leave it. It's that simple, folks. So let's look at these.
Would you legs. Like what happened?
We're gonna look at these legs and the ankles and the feet as best as we can right here. Okay, stare at them, and then look at that. Is it any different?
This is supposed to be a whole new sculpt, right?
No, the head and the Krang.
Oh, that's all. Okay.
That's what we heard during SDCC last year.
Got it. Toka that Razor with the memberships rep hard for the MHR. Thank you, Toka. You have 5 lucky people, including Isaac Montes, including Patrick Gerard, including Leo, including Anthony Albert, and finally, Sebastian Gomez, 3D. Guys, I want the 5 of you to go to 7-Eleven right now, buy $100 worth of lottery tickets because you are fucking lucky as hell today. You got the touch, you got the power. You win. Go out there and win is my is my idea. John, what about, would you like an electronic feature where you hit the button and it did voices, or it did the crank theme? Would you like that? Or are you not, do you not mess with electronic features?
I'd pay $275 to get that.
Oh, you would? You do like that?
I'd pay more, yeah.
Okay.
Gimme.
Some people don't like that. They think it's kind of gimmicky, but I kind of like, I don't know, I like pressing a button and getting a voice or something. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know. What do you know? You just have opinions. Personal opinions. Ugh. I like when Google gives me a Yahoo result. So this is another angle. Okay, what's your angle? Huh? Look at that seam down the side. I know that's like probably early prototype, so that seems excessive, doesn't it?
That's a big old seam. That's a big old seam, man.
Well, it's actually probably a line, an ink line, because the legs.
But you are right. You are correct, by the way, about the pulling of accessory. Like for the wrestling turtles, there has to be like other heads out there that were either planned or like, how do those wrestling turtles? You know what bugs me the most about the wrestling turtles is, like, I think like Donatello's head, where he's got like that scared head. It's like, come on, man, like they just got like that is egregious, man. A 4-pack like that for $150 doesn't have alternate heads. I still look at that and I'm like, fuck, man, I wish I could like mix it up a little bit. So especially that like symbiote Raph, like I would love an alternate head for him, man, because
it is crazy. I agree. And did they? I never got that set, but did they have like punching hands or anything?
They have fuck, man, the chat will probably remember more than me.
Doesn't matter. It has alternate hands, but I don't. Have we ever gotten punching fists for a Ninja Turtle in any form? Movie version, animated version.
John, are you fucking being serious right now?
Yes.
You're fucking around, dude. I don't like it.
What turtle do you own that has a punching hand?
It has a hand and a fist?
Yes.
What are you talking about?
You were so confident that I'm an idiot, then fucking grab one. Yeah.
What are you talking about? There's a bunch of punching fist hand turtles. What the fuck are you saying?
There are none. There aren't any.
My Mesco has punching fists.
I'm not talking about Mesco.
You're saying that there's no NECA turtles that have punching fists?
Correct.
What are you saying, John?
I'm not crazy.
No,
if you have cartoon turtles, you're gonna have 1,000 flat hands. They're so flat that they kind of arch back a little bit. But there are no punching hands. There's gripping hands, thumbs up, pointing in a weird way, flat hands.
You know what? I can't right now verify what you're saying, but like that can't be, can it?
That is.
Chat, please fucking tell me this guy's wrong. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Wasted Years has a good point. He said, did they ever punch? Did they ever do like the He-Man punch into the?
Well, the movie Turtles 100%, but they don't have them. And then the cartoon ones, who knows? Maybe in the first 5 episodes, and after that, everything's just so goofy. It's like, let me throw this weapon to activate that thing over there and drop something on somebody.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, they sliced up foot soldiers in the first episode.
That's how fucked they got by like all the rules and regulations. Is like you had a dude with 2 katana swords, right? And like they're like, how do we beat that guy? Cut that rope that holds the curtain or the sandbag, and like let the sandbag just fall on it. Because they were so hindered. Yeah, that's why that first season is epic, because they just fought. Like they just like
it was
went for it. Like people getting clocked in the face, robots getting destroyed. It was so good, man. That first season is so fucking good, just as a piece of animation and the tonally, like you just like I want to live in this New York City. You know what I mean? It was so good, dude.
Yeah, this crime-ridden city. So I pulled it up, but we didn't talk about it. So Video Power Gaming with the $5 to somebody says, "Can we get a talking giant Krang with Johnny Nostalgia voices and acting phrases?"
Ooh, I like that.
Shredder, get up to the surface.
What your Krang almost has like there's something else in your Krang, and I can't figure out what it is.
In a minute since I heard it.
Yeah. No, Krang's more like Shredder, and he does that like he does that guttural sound.
I lost it. I do have it. It's just been a minute. I like whenever you criticize my voice acting.
I would never criticize your voice acting.
Never. That's not like you.
John, what are we talking about?
I don't fucking know.
Guys, by the way, in the chat, we don't have a plan. We were just like, let's fucking talk.
Let's just talk. Let's just talk about this.
Oh, you know what? Somebody brought up Joy Toy. Jonathan, I did get this.
What'd you get?
Because I was so curious. All picked up a Joy Toy. I don't know why I'm doing Michael Caine. All picked up a Joy Toy motorcycle right here. And I've got to open it because I've been so taken by this 1/18 scale shit that I'm like, let me see. Look how it glistens in the sunlight. This motorcycle. I wanted to put like Bebop and Rocksteady. Yeah. Because like that is the fun thing with these. Huh?
You only got the one bike?
I got one bike.
Okay, because I know there were two designs. So will you please put Bebop and Rocksteady on that one? Like ride together?
Just kind of ride together?
Yeah.
I mean, depending on how big they are. You know what I mean? There is one that has like a sidecar. Oh. That is the I know. But it was sold out from where I was looking. So
that's heartbreaking.
But that is the fun thing about that 1/18 scale is that this company Joy Toy has such a back catalog of other shit like vehicles and other stuff that like I feel like you'll be able to pair it with like all this other nerd Ninja Turtle stuff, which makes me happy. Makes me happy.
Hey, you know what? Hold on a second. Vamp for a minute.
What? No, he left. I'm shy. Yeah, guys. So I got the Joy Toy. What's this thing called? It's called the Cult. If anybody wants this, the Cult of San Reha Hellwalker H20. Okay, they're like, how can we come up with the longest, most complicated name? And that's what this is.
So Kowkis sent me some of their Acid Rain line. I have 3 figures to check out. Obviously they're all 1/18 scale. So I think if you're trying to expand your Ninja Turtle line ahead of time, we'll have some figures that could certainly act as like punk marauders or people to fight the turtles. So you could have alternate bodies. I'm gonna guess alternate bodies and stuff you could mess around with for April, since it's all the same company. I would imagine that their humans are using a very similar, if not the same, neck peg.
Is this a live opening of a figure right here?
Yeah. So 1/18 full action figure, fully weathering detailed.
Can you go full screen on your thing?
I could just do this. How about that? That's a little sexier. Man, it's so tiny. He's so tiny. The human's smaller than anything in the turtle line because
acid reflux.
Yeah, acid reflux line.
I got that line.
She's got a gigantic weapon, but it's taped. I can't get into it. I'm a whale boy. You can't open. All right. Here's the gun. It's pretty cool. Got the scope on the side. Reminds me of something from like Mass Effect. Love that game, by the
Yeah.
way. It's got a little like cutout. Oh, that's the back of it. It's got like a little hexagon shape in the back that's kind of indented, almost like if there was an effect you could plug into. So I'm curious because, like you said, their back catalog is so crazy. I wonder if there's something out there that they've made and you could just
Did
add
you
effects.
ask for these, or were you like specifically, I want to go over these, or did you
No,
not know
they were
about
like,
them?
"Hey, do you want anything else from Joy Toy to show off the 18 scale stuff?" And I was like, I didn't really want to because there's so much crap already that I'm behind. But they're like, we'll send it along with the turtles, and you'll be the first to get the turtles, so you can have the first review of of Shredder, the Foot Soldiers, and Bebop and Rocksteady. And then mine came what it was like after Christmas or the day before Christmas or
Yeah.
something. So I was like, well, I'm way behind, especially with how long it takes me to edit.
What is that? Is that luggage?
It looks like it's got a handle on it, but it's got a peg in the back, so I guess it goes on her back. She's got a little
John,
hole.
how about you show the fucking figure, because right now everybody in
It's
the chat,
fun.
just like me, has no idea what we're looking at.
We're looking
I
at the
mean,
accessories. So it
these are
opens into a
interesting
little computer.
accessories. Sure.
This is perfect for the turtle stuff. Oh, it's the
Oh,
handle can come
you just
off.
fucked up.
You can remove the handle and just have it as like a carry
No, no,
handle.
he broke it, guys.
Oh,
He's trying to say fake.
she's a medic. So she comes with it has two of these in there. So
Medic.
you can chicken save some lives.
Okay. All
Clear.
right.
You get it?
Can you show us all the
She comes
hands
with
and even
a knife
the twist
and
ties
some relaxed
before?
hands. By default, she's got these kind of grippy
There
hands.
we go. Okay, so here's a figure. Okay. So
She's a
I'm
redhead. So
I'm
this
trying
could
to
be
figure out her outfit. What's
so it's like
the
a futuristic thing. So this is like translucent pink top and bottom. But then she's got this, I don't know, like almost like BioWare or something. You'd have like these, they're not, it's like attached to the skin.
Yeah, that's how medics tend. She looks just like lots of medics.
Yeah, if you go to the hospital, this is usually what you see.
She looks like a
The new
multi-pass.
candy striper. Oh, look at it's like see-through, and she's got her butt cheeks are there. I
No,
guess they've watched the channel.
this is a yeah. This actually is a perfect nostalgia unboxed type of medic. She kind of reminds me of Multipass from The Sixth Sense,
Woody
or
pass.
The Sixth
Yep.
Sense, The Fifth Element. What the fuck am I talking about?
But this could
Um,
be obviously an alternate April head. But again, I'm curious about the neck pegs if they're all the same for the humans. So if you get April and you buy some of their like teched up other figures, if you'd be able to swap things around.
I wonder if is this an existing property? Is this their own like property?
Acid Rain, I think that's just their thing.
Acid Rain.
But yeah, I mean, these are little tiny. If you thought the turtles were small just because this is a human, I'd say this is a smaller figure.
Do you have a turtle next to you that you can like show the scale of how she scales with them?
No. Negative, sir.
Sold them on eBay. Yeah, no, that she screams medic. Like that's when actually didn't even have to tell us it was a medic. When I saw her, I was like, oh, of
Yeah, look
course.
at this is definitely like a future thing. Like look at the cuts there. That's like skin toned. So it's like cyberpunk if you watch that show, how everybody's like
Yeah,
augmented or whatever.
yeah. She's augmented, buddy.
So so there's that.
All right.
How was that? Was that fun?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Chat, what is your John, do you have another anticipated figure of
Wait, is that what we're talking about?
I don't
Anticipated
know.
figures? We're
I
just
don't
kind of
know.
talking about Krang because he's controversial.
Well, yeah, but Krang is also an anticipated figure.
Well, he's a figure. I'm not really anticipating anything from NECA these days.
No, are you anticipating anything at all? Like, is there any other figures? There's a John. You have choices. There's a giant dragon that's
Yeah,
coming out.
I know.
Okay. Here, how do I share? I'm going to share my screen, John, because I think you let the chat down. All right, I'm getting private DMs saying John is letting us down. So to satiate those people, how do I share on this new?
Oh, this is good. The X-Men 97 Sentinels. That is something I'm excited for, which is a big deal because it's Hasbro, and I'm never excited for Hasbro.
Did you pre-order?
Yeah, just one.
I am excited about those X-Men 97 Sentinels. I pre-ordered 2 of them because
you're a madman.
Because I'm a madman. Funny enough, I'm probably not even going to display them with like Marvel Legends stuff. I'm probably going to have them like in the back of like the Mondo figures or something, like as some like I really more like the aesthetic of them. You know what I mean? But those are good. Those are solid. Those Sentinels are solid. They should open that back up again once they come out because I'm sure a lot of people are going to want them.
Yeah, I think so. Those are going to be awesome. 1/6 shooter is a dragon. He knows what dragon we're talking about. He took photos of it on a beautiful rock. What's it called?
The Mystic Legion's dragon.
Yeah, whatever his name is.
Dragonstein.
Dragonstein, yes.
Oh my God! Something just dude. I have a ghost in this fucking house.
That's a scary sound. Super chat from Video Power Game with the $5 says my most anticipated vehicle is NECA Turtle Blimp. Breaks easy and NECA customer service won't fix it. I don't think we're gonna see anything about that this year. If they're gonna do it.
What, Turtle Blimp?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who wants a Turtle Blimp? Who wants one of the most iconic flight vehicles? Here, let me share. I'm going to share my screen. I will.
Do it.
Oh, hold on. I gotta do this.
On.
Here are some things that I am gonna find very interesting. Can I fucking share? What the fuck is with this new thing?
Just click it.
Okay.
Also, speaking of the turtles, you can support Mad Hatter by scanning that QR code right there and then use that code to save 6%. Okay, that's on the Kowkis website. Yes. They have all the Shredder, the Foot Soldiers, Bebop Rocksteady from Joy Toy. You can scan this one. You want to support me? Save 6% with the promo code. I don't know if that's still the same price, actually. Curious. Go ahead.
Support us, guys, please. We do this for free. I'm interested. This is off of Toy Newsy, Toy Newseye, who Toys News International, who is a big douchebag who didn't talk about Flipboard, but you know, he doesn't you know, I mean, if you want Toy News, I usually go to Toy Arc, but he just came up. So I was like, I mean, you're a douche, but I'll just go to your site anyway. But you know, we really don't need you, Toy News International. But anyway,
he put up first thing you said in your resolution video.
Oh, to be nicer to people. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll be nice. I'll be nice to. I'll be.
And that video was you just like ranting for 10 minutes. It's just immediate failure.
Yeah, because I had that topic on my mind a lot because I'm like, in 2025, I'm like sick of like people like with their dumb like preconceived notions of things. So it was just like I was like, this might just make it interesting. This is something I just wanted to say about this because like it's like a hacky, you know, like I'll go to like a party, I'll meet somebody who has no idea about toys, and they're like, oh, that's like, like that's like Big Bang Theory, right? Like the guy, it's like, yeah, or maybe it's 2025 now, stupid, and maybe like let's fucking let that go. But anyway, Mondo is coming out with these. I'm interested in these. These are going to be 112 scale. These loaded up turtles. So apparently, if you don't know about these 112 scale, they're not going to be like gigantic. And
112.
apparently they're not going to be the same. They're not going to be as expensive as the Ghostbusters, which I still contend is because a lot of people are like, why were those Ghostbusters so expensive?
Hasbro.
And I had mentioned this in a video, but just in case, this is something that I know. This is a 100% fact, is that Hasbro, because they have the Ghostbusters license, they're not going to make it easy for another company to compete with them in their own scale.
Correct.
So they're going like, oh, you want to release, that's like somebody coming up to me. I've used this example before, but it's like, hey, I want to release Flipboards at the same scale in my company. I'd go, okay, well, then here's my licensing fee. It's going to be this big, which is, they gave them like it must cost this because we want that cha-ching. Yeah. And that's what it is. So they got to charge. That's why it was like 100 and whatever the price was. Apparently, that's not going to be the deal with these turtles and these He-Man figures. It'll still probably be expensive because it's Mondo, but it's not going to be the, fuck me in the ass Ghostbusters price that the other one is.
Right. And the accessories, there will not be a limit to what they decide they want to offer with accessories, which was the problem as well with the Ghostbusters.
Right. But I don't know. I'm excited for these, John. Are you gonna dive into these at all? Like, do you like the aesthetic, or what do you?
I mean, they look great. They look like an expanded universe of the 90s movie Turtles. Like that head sculpt from this angle.
Yeah.
Best, but it definitely has that vibe. It's like if the Michael Bay movies were not directed by Michael Bay, but still had all the like crazy tech add-ons for each character, but still look like the 90s.
Yeah. I love it, dude. I love how beefy it already looks. I think they're going to impress people at this scale.
These are not by Joy Toy, by the way. Everything I just said. I'm a fucking loser. I'm such a fucking loser. No, it's Toys Alliance.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
Oh
well. Yeah, who just showed? Yeah, too much new toys. Just fucking. Dude, he just fucking ripped you a new fucking asshole, man. I am Starman with the $4.99. Thank you, sir. You guys should watch and review the entire Big Bang Theory show and suffer.
And episode by episode recap weekly podcast.
Yes. By the way, let me just say this too, just on that. It's okay if you like the show. Do you understand how many bad shows that I like? I only say that because somebody got very offended in my chat and then deleted his comment. I'm not going to out who it is, but he called me every name in the book, and then like about that I didn't like it. I hate when people are like, "Oh, what do you like?" Like, why are you offended? Did they reject you or something? It's like, no, sometimes we just don't like a thing. You know what I mean? It's like it's not like I am bashing all writing. I'm just bashing the writing on that show. But he got very offended, and then when I went back at him and laughed, like, what the fuck are you getting mad about? He's like, this is a show I used to watch with my dad, and it's my best memories. It's like, dude, like, you can't put that on me. I don't know that you used to watch Big Bang Theory with your father, okay? Like that like I hate when people like have this connection and they expect you to know about it. By the way, there's tons of shit that I like that's just dumb. I like Fast and the Furious movies. You know what I mean? Like I think I know that they're dumb, but I like them. Okay, so call my thing dumb too. Like, people get so offended. Like, it's okay if you like the Big Bang Theory. It's fine. But yeah, this guy got so his first thing was like asshole, asshole, asshole. That's how he started like his thing. I was like, whoa.
We should just have a segment where we go through and read the comments on videos.
We should do that.
Yeah, let's do that here in just a moment. Since I screwed up the Joy Toy, look who screwed up the turtle scale. It is 1/6, by the way. It's not 1/12.
Wait, I screwed up this. I screwed up the scale.
Yeah, you kept calling them 1/12 and saying they're not as expensive as Ghostbusters. So these would be the 220 price range, probably.
No, I thought no, dude. These are 1/12 scale figures.
It's 1/6.
What?
It's probably in the article on Toy News where they show this image. So get out of the gallery.
Hold on a second.
Oh God, it's the title.
I thought these were. I'll still get them. Okay, God, leave me alone. Who made that comment? John, ban that person.
I'll ban you for getting it wrong.
No,
and I'll ban myself for getting the Joy Toy wrong.
Okay, sorry. You know, I got it mixed up with this. These are 1/12 scale. These are 1/12 scale. These He-Man figures right here, 1/12 scale. Guys, of course I know what I'm talking about.
Sometimes we have to put you all in a quiz to see if you're true fans or not. You're just faking it, posers. So California Red Devil with the $5 super chat. I'm gonna guess this is on yours. I don't know, because he knew that the channel episode. Am I late for the 40-year-old virgin show?
Thank you, California Red Devil. But yeah, Big Bang Theory is bad. Somebody called it, what did they call it? Oh my God, it was hilarious. I never heard this before. They call it nerd blackface. I thought that was the most hilarious thing. I was like, that's exactly what it is. It's like it's like a bunch of writers that I maybe one of them was a nerd and just got outvoted, but a bunch of others like, well, what do nerds like? Well, they collect toys. They live in their mom's basement, and one should live with his mom. And then, you know, they go to the comic shop all day. And then it's like the most fucking hack. Okay, hey Hollywood, let me write a show about nerds. I'll give you authentic. Yeah, there are nerds that are like nerdy nerds, but like I'll give you an authentic showing on nerds. We'll go to Frankensons. We'll do a whole fucking thing. Anyway, John, this is a 1/12 scale He-Man. I know you're very big into Masters of the Universe. John, how many will you be getting of the new He-Man 2000X 1/12 scale, guys? Okay, not 1/6. I got it right this time. He-Man figures. How many will you be purchasing?
Of one particular He-Man?
Of this He-Man right here on the screen that represents the Motu 2000X series.
Well, I have to buy 4 so that each head can exist.
All right. Dude, I'm excited. Well, you were. I'm assuming you were not into that series at all. It had a little bit of an anime vibe to it. You may like it.
The Netflix series?
No. This 2000X. This thing came out in like 2000. Well, the chat will know 2005 or something, or
2000X. Right. It's like the same year the Mega Man is. The future, the distant future. Yeah, I don't know.
Community is a good. By the way, like that's like a well-written show. You know what I mean? Like that had authenticity. Yeah. Not you know.
Also,
hey, what are you doing now? Just leveling up my World of Warcraft character. Oh, and I died. Okay, I guess I'm gonna drink Mountain Dew. Fucking hack. Anyway, gaming. John, I said I was going to be nicer for the new year, and I feel like I'm more enraged than ever.
Yeah, you went fully in the wrong direction. I guess the pendulum, maybe next year, the pendulum's swinging too far.
I forfeited the whole year. We're only in day 3. I've already lost the whole year.
Yeah. No, too much momentum on that pendulum. So Video Power Gaming with the $10 to one of us. I mean, let's just face it, it's always to you. What are y'all's top
Not
5
true.
video games? These super chats have been going between channels to keep it fair. But he could just say that. We have no way to know that.
Why did you have to acknowledge his misspelling by saying like John is so anal about whenever I text John privately, I'll have like I'll maybe mistake like the from and form. You know how like sometimes you do that, like like you'll be like, where's that form? And he'll be like, I don't know what form you're talking about, but like he'll have to like he knows what I'm trying to say, but he has to spotlight the fucking misspelling. But anyway,
Yeah, that's right. Because you have an edit button.
I'm not gonna edit. You want me to edit every text that I send you? Dude, I text him like I give him like 100 texts a day.
I know, and it's like put a little care behind it.
John, what are your top? Are you talking about top 5 recent or just top 5 like in
Of all
general?
time, I'm gonna guess. So, because
Jesus,
for the year I've only played like Elden Ring and Dragon Ball. That was it. And Elden Ring was like 2 years ago. So, top 5 video games, Super Metroid, absolutely. Absolutely. So Super Metroid is on there. I got Mass Effect. We'll just put the series in there, like the first 3 together, because you can get it remastered and that's one disc, whatever. Then I'm gonna say Super Mario World. I will never forget how much my mind was blown playing that for the first time and seeing the graphics and getting Yoshi and everything.
Yeah.
I got 2 more. We'll say Elden Ring. And there's gonna be something else. It's probably this. We'll go with Smash Brothers. Any of the Smash Brothers.
Ooh, it's a good one. You got good ones, John. Fuck. How do you? I don't even know how to. I mean, look, I don't know how official this is, but just off the top of my head, um, I mean, the GOAT, GoldenEye, probably like N64 GoldenEye. Just you play with your fucking friends. There's so many memories about, and then you look at the other guy's screen, not his screen, but you look at where he's at, and he's like, "Oh, you're trying to hide there, huh, motherfucker?" Lots of memories, GoldenEye. I was big into Warcraft for. I mean, dude, I was in like guilds. I was I was I was hardcore into that. But even the stuff you're saying too, man, like Mario World, fuck, it's so hard, dude.
Yeah, you could put Super Mario Kart on there.
Super Mario Kart,
Well,
dude, Mario
the
Kart.
N64 version changed my life.
I mean, dude, it's did I ever tell you I won a Mario Kart tournament like 4
Jesus.
years ago? Like,
What?
I went to a house in Eagle Rock.
Oh.
What a fucking crazy setup, John. So this guy had this big house in Eagle Rock. I got an invite from somebody else, and like in his backyard. So his backyard, because it's California, like it's mountainous shit. His backyard like was like a sloped kind of like backyard. So what he did is he built these like benches, right, where it's just like almost like stadium seating kind of thing.
Yeah.
It was crazy and but like really nice. So he got there. It must have been like 100 something people at this fucking house party, and like, but it was we went there for a Mario Kart tournament. It was a $5 buy-in, and he had a giant projector. It was nice, man. I would love to do that again. He hasn't done it again since COVID, but yeah, it was. What was so funny is at the end. So let me. I'm gonna tell. I think I told you this story, but like I'll tell you this again. In the end, we weeded out through all these fucking people, and then yeah, of course, Ocarina of Time, Breath of the Wild, like all that shit is like top 10 shit. Oh, you know what's not a top 10 thing that's obvious? Any of the games made by Fumita Ueda, if you don't know, of Ico fame, Shadow of the Colossus fame, Last Guardian fame. Anything that guy makes, I buy immediately.
Yeah.
That guy is fucking great.
Last Guardian.
So, yeah, if you don't want anything that's like the same old, like obviously Mario and all that shit deserves to be there. But if you want like an inside thing, John knows that studio. Like that's one of my favorite. But so it's so funny. The dude who invited me, who is one of my best friends, it ended up being me and him in the last game with Mario Kart, and I won. and I won like $300. But what's so funny is like 18 years before that, when we were in college, we entered a Soul Calibur tournament. Also, there was like 100 something people, and it ended up being me and him, and I also won. So this was like complete PTSD
Wow.
for him of like, you know, like
Which version of Mario Kart was it?
Whatever the current version.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Is
Dang.
yeah, because it was only like 4 years ago. It was like the
Well, I didn't know.
current Mario
Sometimes
Kart.
they do these tournaments, and it's like like Smash Brothers tournaments are still doing Melee. You know.
Yeah. Dude, I joined the Smash Brothers tournament. I didn't even make past. I thought I was good at Smash Brothers. I didn't even make it past tier 2. It was like
That's
there
just
are
the
people.
crazy thing about games like that. Fighting games, you could have like 30 people in your house. You could be the superior player. Smash Brothers is a great example of that. And then as soon as you jump online, you just get decimated.
Dude, you're right. It's like it's depressing. It was like because I was playing Smash Brothers online for the longest time, but like there were people that are like utilizing there's like a dash cancel. Like that's
Yeah.
what I hate. It's like
Yeah.
it's not to
It's
me.
if you do this jump and turn backwards 2 frames in, you can do this effect and it cancels out the blah 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 and you're
Exactly.
invincible. It's
And
like,
it made it like not even
yeah,
fun. I was like, so I have to even compete. I have to know about. That's why I
yeah,
stopped playing StarCraft. I used to play StarCraft for the longest time, but like I found out that there are people that have like mathematically gone like, okay, you need this many create. I was like, this isn't even fun, man. Like this is like, are we instinctually playing against each other, or do I have to know all the fucking little tricks? And with Mario Kart, there isn't that. Like Mario Kart has some like dash moves, but like for the most part, Mario Kart is an even playing field that if you're just good at just raw, like just racing, you could win.
yeah, yeah, and it has, especially the new ones, it really helps favor people that are behind so that they, at least in the arcade version of it, it's like if you're behind first place, it really seems to have these calculations that try to help push you further.
Right.
Where the
Yeah,
older games,
exactly.
like Super Nintendo N64, if you're behind, you just fucking suck.
Yeah, that's right. If you're behind, you're fine. Like there's
Better
no
find those
captain.
shortcuts and nail that mushroom jump on the beach into the tunnel.
Oh, dude, I love dude. Nothing feels better than getting that, but nothing feels worse than you hit the mushroom jump and you land on like a corner and you're like, fuck.
Yeah, right into the side of the mountain.
Yeah, you're
Ah,
just so fucked. You're just like, uh, God, I want to play some Mario Kart.
dude,
John, we
for
should,
sure.
John, this year, can we should endeavor to try to do to do a live stream playing fucking video games like Shredder's Revenge or something.
Yeah,
Can we fucking do it already?
I bought an Ethernet splitter, like a good one, so I don't lose quality. And then somewhere is the adapter so that we can plug in and screen share and play whatever. The challenge is going to be that, like, with the Switch, I got to buy the online service again and buy Turtles. And
The
then,
online service is like $20 though.
yeah, probably, right?
Yeah, the Nintendo has the cheapest online service.
And then if we go beyond that and try to play something like PlayStation, then you have to buy an entire PlayStation.
I think I will. I think I'm going to have to buy a PS5 this year anyway because of GTA. Once GTA 6 comes out, I don't even think I'm going to be able to make a video on this channel, dude. It's like I'm going to be so
Yeah.
ensconced in the world of Grand Theft Auto. It's going to be fun. That's another one. Top 10. It's got to be those fucking GTA games, man. I love
Yeah,
them.
especially the first one.
But wait, the first, like the overhead one,
Oh, yeah.
like
No,
okay.
that one was not fun.
I was gonna.
I am Starman with the super chat, $9.99 for Anal Boy. So,
I mean,
how do we take that?
you're missing a comma after anal and boy. 9.99 for anal boy. um,
Hello.
dude, it's really hard to pick best video games.
It is, yeah. Especially when you're just asked that in a chat and it's only 5 to pick from, because you don't have a lot of time when you're trying to tell the world.
Yeah,
because
that's like
Ocarina of
something.
Time would definitely be on that. I would like I would have to get like 10 games, put them on there, and then reorganize them to go, okay, those were more impactful. But Super Metroid's definitely number one, probably for me.
Super Metroid was that the one on GameCube?
Super Nintendo.
Oh, Super. Okay. No, I played it. I'm just trying to think of like because there was the GameCube one, which I really
Fine.
loved. The last one I played was really good too on Switch.
Yeah.
Did you play that one where it was like
With
they
the
went back
droid.
to like a like 2D scroller?
Surprisingly, I did not. As much
Dude,
as
I
I
think you would fucking
I
like
know.
dude, that
Yeah.
that game has a really stressful mode, and then we'll talk about toys, I promise. That game has a really stressful mode, the newest Metroid, where what they do is like so you'll go into a room, the room will lock up, and this robot
Mhm.
hunter tries to kill you, and you can't kill it. You have to just run from it at the time, and it's the most fucking stressful. The music they put up, and the cutscenes are brutal when it finds you, like how it kills you. It's crazy.
You know what I would love? That format where it's a 2D, I guess you would call it like a 2.5D, where you have like
Yeah,
3D
yeah.
elements and
It's like
stuff,
2D, but with like
but it's a
3D
true
elements.
3D instead of other M where it like kept switching back and forth, which was really annoying. I do that, but make a really good Aliens game and kind of the idea of Alien Isolation or something.
Ooh,
But I just want that classic
yeah.
side scroller beat 'em up, the Metroidvania style as they call them.
Metroidvania, yeah. Yeah, good Aliens game is I feel like now is a good time for that because now they're starting to take like properties that may have not meant much or whatever and like, like the guys that made like the Ninja Turtle beat 'em up, like
Yeah,
they really put a lot of love into that. Like so like yeah, you need one of those, like one of those type of companies to do it and not like a cash in aliens, rights kind of fucking thing. So
yeah.
um any
Because you have a Switch, I'm guessing. I assume it wasn't available for it, but there was an Aliens Fire Team. Wait, is that what it's called? Aliens Fire Team? Oh God, I can't
was that a
remember now.
scroller or was that a like a
I can't remember the name of it now. But I think it's Fire Team, but it's a no, it's a third person shooter, but it's just like handle like you go through different areas, different planets and spaceships and stuff, and you sometimes will get stuck in a room and you'll have to like blast your way through one of the doors, and while you're cutting through one of the doors there's just like hordes and hordes of aliens coming in, and it's up to 3 players at a time, and it's
I
so
don't
good.
remember this one.
You got to like build your classes so that like you really help balance the game. You could set up the turrets and everything. It's so good. It's really really hard, but I
It's a,
think
it's
it
a,
may
it's
have been a
a
PlayStation and maybe Xbox.
what's it called again?
I think it's Aliens Fire Team.
I gotta look it up.
NECA
It's
made
got a
Alien.
little bit of like RPG element in there, like
Uh,
with the classes and shit.
yes, yes, yeah. You
Yeah.
level up your characters, you unlock new attachments and everything for your weapons. And a friend and I played the shit out of this Alien Fire Team Elite. That's what it was. Thank you so
Okay.
much. So this game is so good. At launch, I don't think it was that great, but then they've added a lot of DLC. Every Aliens movie environment makes an appearance. I think, like even the Prometheus stuff. The it's hard as hell even on like your standard difficulty, and then they have a really like hardcore mode that is just absolutely brutal. You run out of ammo all the time. In any of the game modes you can run out of ammo, so you like desperately need the class that can like drop additional ammo for you,
Right,
because
right, right, right,
you'll be
right.
down to like a pistol trying to take out like one of the heavy.
Oh, that fucking
It's
sucks.
so good.
It
And
sounds
it's
good
pretty
though.
linear. It doesn't have like there's things that like will kind of branch off to the side and you can find unlocks or whatever, but it's really a linear. Each stage it just follows a path.
Kind of want to play it now.
Yeah, it's really
Um,
good.
let me just
It's not
acknowledge.
something that you would have a lot of fun with playing by yourself. unless you use one of the easier game modes, because the AI, like, there's always 3 characters. So if you don't have humans to play with, it'll just put AI bots in place.
Got it. Okay. Michael Stapler, member for 8 months. What's going on, buddy? Rep hard for MHR. What's good, Hatter and Jonathan? What's up, buddy?
Good morning.
Dude, this is one that I've always wanted. A TMNT open world. I was like, this has to be next, right? The problem is it's like it's got to be somebody that takes it seriously.
Yeah, like the people did Spider-Man and
yeah, the people did Spider-Man, obviously Rockstar. Like, you know, it's got to be, because if you have open world and they don't like you got to put like love into it. Like, it's got to be like a studio that's but it would be great, dude. Like Spider-Man, those Spider-Man games have one of the best fighting engines. It's like, it's one of those games that you're looking for fights because it's so much fun to like use your weapons, web a guy, hit a guy in the air, do a combo on another one, like slow-mo, the whole thing. Like,
what we don't need is the like generic Japanese release of games like that, where it is open world kind of, but there's no reason to go open world because the game is telling you that oh no, get to the central square because that's where the enemy is, and you just go there. And there's nothing, there's no side quest, and then it's just like a beat 'em up game, and just like,
no, it's got to be a game at this point. Has to be like, it has to be thought out. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of companies that think like, we'll get an IP, we'll slap Ninja Turtles on it, and then you're gonna buy it. It's like nowadays, it's like, no, it's not gonna fuck it. Especially in the light of like games like Spider-Man and like all these. That's probably it. When I get a PS5, that's gonna be a must get, because I went through the other one on PS4 and I did everything. Like, I found I did every side quest. I was obsessed with that fucking. I did all the Black Cat missions. I did all the missions where you have to fight what's the dude, Taskmaster. Like, I did the whole. I got all the costumes. Like, it was just, I was like way addicted to that fucking game. But anyway. This is actually one more thing. I am interested in this Marvel Rivals because I'm a big Overwatch guy.
Yeah.
And supposedly this is like Overwatch Redux. Overwatch is kind of like a dead property, but
they made Overwatch 2, which was really just Overwatch 1, but with more stuff.
You know what? You're absolutely right. It was just like that sequel, dude. I can't believe how far Blizzard has fallen. Like they were the fucking goats. You know what I mean? Like, the goats. And like, I don't know. I think I blame Activision. You know. Anyway.
Did you ever play Broforce?
No. Was that good? I've heard of it. I've not.
So if you get it cheap enough, it's so fun because it's so absolutely ridiculous. Everything's exploding and blowing up, and the gunfire is everywhere. It's so insane that it's a fun game.
Broforce, okay.
It gets really hard because there's just bullets everywhere, and as soon as you get hit, you just literally like there's blood and guts.
I've heard. Do you play do you play the Cuphead games at all? Did you go through those?
No, I didn't. At the time when they released, I didn't have whatever, it was Xbox exclusive or something. So I didn't
Cuphead was?
I'm pretty sure the first version. But I love that art style. And that when it was getting announced, I was just like, oh my God, it looks so good. But I never played it.
One of my proudest recent accomplishments is when I beat that fucking game. I felt like I could do anything. I felt like you ever beat a game and it's so fucking hard that like, I think I went and got like a 3x3 at In-N-Out, like to treat myself. I was like, you deserve to, but like the animation is so good on those fucking games. But like that game, it's kind of like Elden Ring, I hear, is that it makes you perfect the boss before you can beat it. Like, there's no way you just approach the boss and you beat him. It's like you gotta be an expert on everything he does, and then and only then can you, like, you won't eke out a win.
Yeah. Well, that's probably how it should be. It's got a little bit of that old NES frustration.
Yeah, it definitely does.
We got a super chat from I Am
Anywho,
Starman to one of us. It says the fad of open world is faded for the best.
yeah, I don't mind. I like open world if it's thought out, but
Right.
to use
There were
it,
too many of the just
yeah,
empty
it's
cities
like
stuff.
it's like how in the '90s, like when like VFX became a thing, people were basing movies around VFX. They're like, go watch this movie. The VFX is great. And then once that like I'm gonna go see a movie because of that has ended, now you got to come up with a good story again. You know what I mean? Like it all
Yeah.
goes back to like, is it fun?
You know what's
Uh,
crazy is the Spider-Man being some of the best out there now has a really long history of really bad Spider-Man games.
yeah, there's a lot of bad
All the way
Spider-Man
from
games.
like, well, probably starting with the Atari, there's a really bad one, but you go all the way through the NES versions, everything after that. Then the first time we got one on like a PlayStation, you could only swing on top of the buildings because there was like a gas in the city.
Oh yes, that's right. Yeah, there was a it was a cloud. There was a cloud at the yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, well, wait, what am I swinging on?
Yeah. Yeah, that's always funny when like Spider-Man is on top of the highest building and he's swinging on something and he's like, "What the fuck is he swinging on?" You know what I mean? It's like, is there airplanes? Right? He's swinging on satellites. Spider-Man 2 is amazing. Spider-Man 2, I actually tested on this game. My first job when I came to Cali was I worked at Activision as a game tester, and I tested on 2 games. Well, technically 3, but one was a game called True Crime Streets of LA, which was
Yeah,
which was trying to compete with GTA. Which was so funny because like they would even take shots at GTA in the game, and it's like, who the fuck are you? Like they're the masters at this. And then the other one was Spider-Man 2, and like it's like a bug tester. The whole game was just like go around and just try to find bugs. But that was a good game. That was a fucking solid game, man. Anyhow,
anyhow. Oh yeah,
um,
Maximum Carnage was pretty good.
Maximum Carnage is good,
That was
but
a Venom, it was a
these
two-player
new
one.
Spider-Man games are unstoppable, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not as good as the Atari game where
Yeah.
you had that Green Goblin and he was just like, zzz, 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 and then you had to get past him. But that game made me cry. Um, okay, were there any? I'm going to reshare the screen.
Share it. Share it.
Okay, and just see if there were any. John, I have a good time talking about fucking video games, dude.
I know. Maybe that's the goal. Is we don't even touch toys anymore, and we just become gaming channels. There
I
aren't
think
enough of
so.
those in the world.
I think so.
The least popular.
No, we'll be
Niche.
really unique in the space.
Yeah.
Oh God, John, I'm looking forward to this. Are you're a fan
This is a
of the?
crazy. This is a crazy comment. Bad Spider-Man. There are almost no bad Spider-Man games. Well, we already talked about Atari, but maybe at least I mean, it's even bad for the
I mean,
times.
the
That was the days of
Atari game is
Pitfall.
an Atari game.
Yeah. But gameplay still mattered back then. It's like you can forgive the graphics, but then you had Spider-Man and the X-Men on the Nintendo, which was awful. Then you had there was a standalone Spider-Man on the NES, which was also really, really bad, like an unplayable kind of bad. It wasn't until you got some beat 'em ups on Super Nintendo, which
Oh
was a lot
shit!
of which is a lot of walking on the street, which is like not how you want to play Spider-Man, but it's like, well, whatever, it's Super Nintendo. But go ahead.
Do you know what game I used to fucking love? Have you ever played Spider-Man and Friends in the arcade?
Spider-Man and Friends.
So
I don't think
Spider-Man and
so.
Friends was a beat 'em up. It was a 4-player beat 'em up. You
Oh,
can pick
okay.
Spider-Man, Namor, Black Cat. Was the fourth one
Hold on, somebody's
Hawkeye?
knocking on my door. What the fuck?
What? What a loser. Who was the fourth one in Spider-Man and Friends? It was Black Cat, Namor, Spider-Man. Was it Hawkeye? Does anybody know? Am I talking to anybody? Okay, is there anybody in the fucking chat right now? Dude, that game was so fucking good. Yeah, the giant Venom that you could play, that you had to fight. Like the graphics. Okay, it was Hawkeye. John, do you remember this game at all, or am I fucking talking to nobody here?
I was trying to look up Spider-Man and Friends arcade, and the only thing I could find was based on the cartoon that came out with kids, Spider-Man and Friends. It's got to be called something else.
Okay, it was Hawkeye. Yeah. No, yeah, you could
Spider-Man and the Avengers or whatever.
No, Spider-Man.
Or there was an
Spider-Man and Friends
game anyway. It can't be Spider-Man and Friends because the internet says that's a kids show of duty.
Somebody in the chat will know. What was it called? Yeah, but it was like the most random 4 people: Black Cat, Hawkeye.
It's called Namor. Spider-Man the video game.
Oh, is that what it
was? Yeah. Namor, Hawkeye, Black Cat.
Dude, I used to love that game, man. I used to love, because what it would do is it would change the mode. Like, so you'd be playing like just a traditional, side, what is it called, like beat 'em up, and then the camera would widen, and then like you'd be real small, and you have to like escape like giant Venom or something. It was really fucking fun. Okay, I guess it was just called Spider-Man the arcade game. Mike Hext he's got the hookup. All right, John. I tried sharing my screen. Did it not go through?
No.
Why can't I share?
Let's see if we move things around. No.
Okay, is the sharing working now? Dude, that's so weird. I'm hitting like... Okay, I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to go to the window.
God.
John, are you interested in this right here?
No. I mean, I just don't know this character. As much as I know like a bit of King of Fighters, and then I absolutely love this guy. I don't know. This guy does not seem familiar at all to me.
So let me get this straight. You went out and you purchased
I didn't have to go out anywhere. I didn't go out.
Yeah, you went online. You went on the interwebs.
Yeah.
Joey Halom is here. What's up, buddy? You went out and you purchased a Terry Bogard, but you don't have any interest in a Lori Yagami from the same fucking...
No, do you?
From the same game? It almost sounds like someone sent this to you and you have zero interest in this property, Jonathan.
No, I definitely purchased this guy. I think one of my favorite details is the dirt around the cuff of the pants.
It's nice. It's a nice figure. Top 10. Yeah. Top 10 figure. I don't know. I've always loved this guy's design. Like look at this, man.
I'm looking.
You know what I like about John, guys? He doesn't fake it. You know what I mean? When he's disinterested, he'll just show you he's disinterested. But I'm interested. Look at that. John, fun fact, that's what my hair looks like. When
I know. That's why you wouldn't remove it even for super chats during your top 10 live stream. Can we just talk about that guy for a moment?
Oh my God. Is that guy in the chat?
I don't remember his name, but I remember he was obsessed with your head and what's under the hat or not.
Dude,
under the hat.
This guy in the last chat, if you guys go to the last live stream, there was a dude.
Yeah, not our live stream, but your live stream.
Yeah, the one I did. He was obsessed with hair and removing my hat and but just hair in general. Everything I brought up. What's that hair? What's this hair? It got weird.
How much money does it take to get you to?
Yes, it was like getting to like OnlyFans status.
What I imagine is happening, like if you could tap into his camera while he's typing that, he's like, How much for a super chat to get through?
that guy.
What is Skullmania?
Oh,
You paid $2
Skullmania.
to find out
Fuck
why
yes.
nobody's
You
talking
know
about it.
what?
So let's
Thank
talk
you,
about it.
Star Mess. Skullmania is a Street Fighter figure, and we're going to.
Skullmania.
I think I've showed this guy before. Yeah, dude, I'm in on this fucking dude. He's a Storm. Any designs from this game?
Skull-O-Mania.
Skullmania, whatever.
So what is this? Fighting X Layer?
No, this is like Street Fighter, dude.
It literally says Fighting X Layer. This isn't Street Fighter.
No, it's Street Fighter. Yeah, I'm getting this guy for sure. Did you see Storm has that new Alpha series? Did you see that at all?
Yeah, they look great. They look just like the Alpha artwork. Like that Ryu or Ryu, however you want to say his name. This is fun. Yeah. Those head sculpts look really like the Alpha series. It's great. I'm very curious what the price is going to be for these. I know that they're now 1/12 scale, which is great. So they're not that kind of oversized they were before. What is what's it going to be like when somebody grabs these two and then compares them to Jada Toys? I think someone's just going to be like, just get the Jada Toys. Like they have to really have the value.
I mean, the issue is going to be price, right?
Right.
Like for these guys that here's the uphill climb for Storm Collectibles. These are very nice, but price is going to be a big factor, and then the ability to finish or to continue in this line is going to be a big factor because Storm Collectibles, unfortunately, no offense, they make beautiful stuff, but they're not known for we're going to complete the team. And Jada, to their credit, even though I think that like their Ryu has kind of a little bit of jaundice and like there are things that could be better. They're committed to like you'll get a full team. You know what I mean? So like I think all eyes on you, Storm Collectibles. Like obviously people will have interest in this, but the price has to be good, and you have to show a commitment to finishing this because what I don't want is to get these Alpha figures and then 10 years from now get Zangief. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
yeah, it is an interesting thing because there are companies like that where they take so long to create the next thing that the first iterations are now outdated ways of building the characters. So you're like, can we get a revamp of that? But now that delays all the other characters. It's like, then do you create the new ones with? So NEC is an example of that. The older stuff, pretty rough, like Bebop Rocksteady, those old joints and stuff. But then the newer ones are fantastic, pinless.
right.
So like, if Storm is one of those companies, do they make the newest figures with the better quality, or do they stick to the bad quality so they're more consistently together?
I think they should just pump them out.
Okay.
I think more people would rather have it and then maybe down the line have to do a redo. Like for instance, like I wouldn't mind if Jada redid Ryu, but I'm happy they did one. And now moving forward, like there's like skin tone stuff like that or whatever. But like that's fine. But Jada has time and again showed a commitment to like Storm feels like it's owned by like a rich dude who doesn't really need to make toys, but he'll make them if he has time. You know what I mean? Jada feels like they want it. There's like they want you to have the roster. So I would rather go with the company that's passionate about it. I know the joke is that like Storm only feels like they're engaging now because Jada's a threat. So they're like, let's pump some stuff out. That's fine if that's the motivation, but they got to start like this. It better not just be Ryu and Ken if they want to succeed, because like they still have not released all of the World Warriors for the first fucking line.
Right.
There's not a Dalsum. Who else is missing?
Blanca just got announced.
Blanca just got announced, right? Like, is there a Vega? Did Storm do a Vega? I don't know. It's been so long that I just don't even remember. But yeah. Let's go to the chat real quick. But I am interested in these. Yeah, Price is King. Storm takes way too long to make Jada is 2 years in, and they've shown the entire roster as prototypes. Yeah, dude, 2 years. Is it only been 2 years? They've shown everybody, pretty much. Fighting Slayer was solo venture by the company that made Street Fighter X. Skullmania was their IP, I believe, not Capcom's. Maybe that's why I'm confused about this, because they show Skullmania in Capcom artwork. Like, because I have like like a Capcom art book. I have a few of them, and he's in that. So maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Fig Arts already has pre-orders coming for SS3 Vegeta. Copy. Okay. I'm about to hop off, film my worst toy company of 2024 video. Hint rhymes with mid-far. Godspeed. Need an SF Leaf figure. That would be awesome. And then, all right. So I just want to show just a few more things here. So we talked about the Musk. Obviously, this is something we're looking forward to. We'll probably talk about that some more as we move forward. Then there's this big. I just put some things that I just off the top of my head. I was in. I don't know if they announced the price yet for this. No, I don't think they did. I think he's going to be like $800, dude.
He's going to be a lot. 800 would be brutal, especially with the others coming.
It would. But yeah.
And I don't think I'm going to guess that the other dragons they make, since apparently the lore is that like they're kind of the gods of the, I don't think they're going to look the same, but different paint. I think they're going to be just different. Maybe use like a same base body, but then have different other stuff.
I would say base body is a good bet, but yeah, knowing Four Horsemen, because those guys like really love to sculpt, I doubt that they would just shit out like multiple dragons that are just recolors. Dude, Alpha 3, this game is so ready for, let's Street Fighter. It probably would make some of the best fucking toys, because the animation and the art style. Is there a place I can just fucking
just go to images?
I know, but I just want. Sorry. Well, yes, this too, but I'm talking about like Street Fighter 3. I'm sorry. Hold on. Because those are characters you've not really seen many times. And it's not this. Where the fuck? It's like with Alex and all those fucking guys.
This is fun.
Yeah, it's fucking dead air. But like, so obviously Akuma, Alex, they've done Alex figures before. They've done one I know of. Rosaurus did one. But like a Dudley would be good. Dude, how cool would this fucking Dudley be?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this would make a great figure. And Elena would be great. They had a statue of her, but like she's like a really popular character. This Hugo, like these have all been in statue form, but like I've not seen any. Like there's not like these are amazing fucking designs. There was an Ibuki, obviously Ken. I don't really care much about Makoto. A Necro would be fucking great. Resource did a Necro back in the day, but a Necro would be amazing, dude, with the fucking like rubber arms and like look how fucking fun. An Oro, dude, an Oro with the like a soft goods thing, the fucking Q. These are all toyetic characters, and like nobody's making them. This Remy, they made a Resource Remy back in the day, but again, Resource was they were almost like statues. Like you couldn't really pose them well. Ryu, this Sean would be fun. It'd be easy to do. This 12 would be fun. Like like Street Fighter 3 is very slept on in terms of toys.
Right. I would say, I don't know, but my guess is that this did not do well when it released.
No, Street Fighter 3 is one of these that over time like created like an audience for themselves. Like it was not like a giant hit, but the animation is great. The animation is probably some of the best sprite animation ever. And it would make dude, even this Gil, which I always thought was a dopey looking character, but it's just the animations is so fucking good, dude.
They just exclude so many of their.
That's the problem.
Roster. It was like people, 4 people from the original games, and then so many new characters, and you're like, well, I don't know these people. Rather than the introduction of like, here's your main roster, and we introduce these new people, which is what they learned and did later.
No, you're not wrong. Like this may have been like too much too soon, but like look at this Dudley, dude. This guy is begging to be a fucking figure. So if anybody can contact Jada Toys, because they don't listen to John and I, they ignore us, let them know, Street Fighter 3. I think there's a lot of beautiful fucking character designs. Anyway, I'll go back to Mean Dragons.
Yeah, he knows Unparalleled Universe. So he got all of those. All of those. He got the 2 Cyberpunk figures before anybody else.
Yeah, I think they have a relationship. So go tell him to tell them. I think those would be a fucking hit. So it's not technically Andor. If you're talking about or Andor, whatever his name is, he's not technically. Where is he? But it's Hugo, but it's the same design. It's the same fucking thing. It's like the same. I mean, it's Capcom. I think they just call him something different. There's probably some kind of weird rights thing or whatever. But I would love this guy, man. He's just a big giant. He's bigger than fucking Zangief, dude. That's impossible. Tokadot Razor with the gift that keeps on giving. Let's spotlight the lucky few. Quip, super lucky. Richard Clemens, probably gonna fucking win the lottery. Justin collects, is gonna find $100 on the floor today. Franchise Rick is he'll get hit by a car, but he will then settle for $1 million lawsuit later. I mean, he'll be in traction, but in the end, it will pay off for him. And then finally, Liquid Moment is going to run into Sydney Sweeney, and she's going to fall in love with him, even though he might be married or might be a woman. I don't know. And those people will all be blessed today.
Yeah, talk about serious liquid momentum. What's that mean? What does that mean?
What? Serious liquid momentum? I don't know.
Yeah, what does that mean? I don't know. Tell me.
And finally, John, this is are you excited about this one? I'm really jazzed about this one.
I believe it is a beautiful design. Okay, so I cannot deny that it looks very, very nice. And it's odd. It's odd that this is. I think if this came out when I was a kid, Playmates, this would have been the perfect Shredder. Even though it's not the cartoon, It's not the Playmate style, but there's something about this that's way more toy-etic, I guess. It's just stunning.
I love it, dude. I know like the colors throw some people off, but I fucking love it. I love the design of the Krang. NECA King has a problem with you, John. He's
That's
saying that
okay.
he does. Huh?
That's okay. Everything he does is a problem to me. And then Mnemonic Syntax wants to know why I collab with you, because you're just weighing me down.
I mean, I am weighing you down, but
yeah, but you're like a weighted blanket, and it's like I want that.
Yeah, it's like comforting. You know what I mean? Like I mean, I wouldn't call myself a loser. I mean, I'm trying to get better. That's one of my
that's
biggest.
what the New Year's resolutions are for.
The New Year resolution, but you know, John, here's the thing. I grew up saying Ryu. Okay, anybody who says fucking otherwise is trying to. What are you from Japan? So you get it. You like it was Ryu when I was a kid.
Yeah, right. And I said Ryu when I was a kid.
I think you're correct.
I don't think I don't. We'd have to go back and see when is the first time they say character names in the video game and try to base it off of that. But just like everything in the world, it's all regional. Like you get people from New York and they're like Mario Brothers, and you're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's not like we knew the Japanese version and then said that, because Ryu and Ryu, that's not it.
Right. Well, but here's the thing, and this is not a knock on NECA King, but like when I was growing up, all of the self-important nerds would try to kind of cut you down by going, it's pronounced this. You know what I mean? Like that was the thing when I was growing up, is they try to pronounce shame you know what I mean? Like it's like that's how I know more about, you know, I know more about, and by the way, I would destroy them all in Street Fighter, so it didn't fucking matter. Guess what? If I beat you 10 times in a row in Street Fighter, I decide the pronunciation, okay, not you. So, but that was big back in the day, where you would like an anime or like something, and you would say something, and somebody would be like, actually, you know, or they'd call Goku Kakarot, you know what I mean? And it's just like, you know, it's like, you know that it's fucking Goku. All right, let's fucking relax. Yeah. Let's not try to like, you know, be condescending to our fellow enthusiasts, please. You got a super chat, John, I think, or maybe it's me.
Well, yeah, we have no idea. So Tyraxis, I will be at Animate at the convention center. Set up last night. All my artwork.
You going to a con this weekend?
Yep. The very back corner, because I waited last minute to buy the booth because I was like, I'm not going to do it. Last year was kind of brutal. It was the first year of this convention, not a lot of traffic, but I decided to do it, so I'll be there. Michael said, "Here's $20 to one of you boys. Did I miss you guys talking about how this Mondo Spider-Man was this Christmas ET for Atari? Happy holidays, gents."
Well, thank you for the
or thank you from me.
Now, this Mondo Spider-Man was this Christmas ET for Atari. Dude, that Spider-Man came in clutch. By the way,
Christmas is ET for Atari, though, he said. So he's saying it's like junk doo-doo.
Yeah, but I think he's talking about the original Spider-Man, but this one technically came in before the new year, and it's certainly not junk.
No. I would agree that it is not junk. Hold on. Show us the beauty. It's a little easier to get black paint correct than stripes. Yeah, never mind. I forgot what camera system we're working with here. As far as the Jarrett somehow didn't know I was an artist, but that's okay. It's like a huge part of what I offer the community. But
you're an artiste.
This is one of my Dracula drawings. It's got Kid and Future Trunks together.
John is a fabulous artist, actually.
Yeah. Though the thing, our background right now is literally if you scan the QR code, you can purchase In the listing on the QR, it's just the larger size, which is what everybody's been ordering. But you can get the smaller size on the site. You just have to go to the homepage of once you scan that. But
John,
that's
you are
you want to see it in real life, and by real life I mean it's still on the internet. There you go.
That's really well done, dude.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous blue. You'll be able to see it in tomorrow's video. It makes for a great background for reviews. But then I did buy it, but I designed this version, which going forward I'll do reviews on this. Look, it's like it's got specific boxes.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
So that should be fun.
Very nice.
I changed the blue, so I might end up ordering another one and try to go back to the original blue. But yeah, these are this desk mat has been very popular the last couple of weeks.
I bet.
Yeah,
I would get it, but I don't have a real place to put it. I don't have like a real desk here, you know?
Oh, right. I'm sorry. So what I showed you is the like 12 by 18 or whatever, and there's what is it? It's like 16 by 31, I think.
Yeah.
Is the long one. That's what everybody's been going after.
Should I just flex my power and just ban AI collectibles? Because first he agreed with you on the Ryu pronunciation, which I don't like when people disagree with me. And then he said,
give you some of the super chat money, which I'm pretty confident to say that 90% of that went to you. We don't have a way.
I feel like I want to make an example. Like I think for 2025, because I feel like people are getting a little too like free and loose in the chat sometimes. So I feel like, should we like make an example? Like, should we just crucify and just destroy one person? You know what I mean? And like, by destroy, I mean just mute somebody. You know what I mean? So it doesn't. But like, I feel like I want to abuse my power in a big fucking way. Okay. And AI collectibles, he's just screaming for it. He's just screaming for just the old ban hammer. No, I'm just joking. I would never abuse my power.
And mostly because AI sucks.
John, is there any other see, this is what NECA King thinks. He goes, I generally relax hatter. It's also he's like, you understand that I'm just giving it back too. See, people will talk shit. And like, I know like NECA King's a good dude, you know what I mean? So I just talk shit back, but then he thinks I'm mad. He's like, hey man, relax. You know what I mean? It's like I get the delicate dance of talking shit. Is there any, before we wrap this up and never talk to each other again, John and I, is there anything that we're missing in terms of anticipated 2025? I feel like I had a real hard time thinking of anything other than that giant Krang where I was like, oh my God, this is like a thing. Maybe the chat could help us. Like this is like the big thing that we're waiting for.
I know. There's the Musk, which you kind of showed earlier. The Mondo Turtles, He-Man. God, I know there's stuff that I have on pre-order, but I don't think anything that I even have on pre-order is like, oh, I'm super pumped to get.
That's what I mean. It's like, okay, well, I have Cat's Lair on pre-order. I'm very excited for Cat's Lair.
And those are shipping.
2
boxes. That's so much space. You can't even store it in the box to save space because there's 2 huge boxes.
I know. Yeah, it's a.
I am pretty excited. What did I miss?
Somebody made a.
Oh,
that comment is so wrong, but it's funny.
I can dick. I'm looking forward to the Delicious and Dungeon figures, which I know probably one person in the chat knows what I'm talking about, but Figma's making those. I just really enjoyed that show. It's very different. But now Reveltech has said that they're going to make stuff in that line. And they started with like the last character introduced in the series and not the main characters, which is crazy. But that makes me happy that she's getting made.
Right.
But
Oh
no, there's
shit, Mondo
nothing.
Clayface, dude.
Yeah.
That Mondo Clayface has to be my number one.
Okay.
Yes, Mondo Clayface. Sorry, I was just reading the. Um, um, but yeah, that's a big one, Jonathan.
I can't. Part of me wants that cat lair to fucking suck. Just this is what we want. We want Mad Hatter at his most angry. That the pendulum has to fucking hit the angry side, because those reviews where you just rip shit apart, you're so pissed off. It's look, it's not angry video game nerd level of of videos, but
No,
it's
that
like
guy's the king of.
that would be the closest in the toy world. That would be you.
But I don't want to fake it. Like I don't it's if it's genuinely. First of all, if that
Right.
cat
I know.
slayer sucks, I'm gonna be pissed off. There's gonna be no faking it because that thing cost a fucking fortune.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the thing is with Angry Video Game Nerd is he has so much content to work with because he's playing all of these old. There were and I love him by the way. In case people, this is not, but there were so many games. There were so many bad Nintendo games, bad
Yes.
whatever games. It's like endless.
But he even would play games that were good and find the reasons to be pissed at him.
Yeah.
Like it's really just because he knows how to write, and then he finds
No,
the
he's
humor
so
in it.
fucking good.
And
Dude.
then half the video is him doing some kind of skit thing. It doesn't even have to do with the game anymore.
Yeah, no, that's true. You're right. We'll see. I will judge that Cat Slayer.
Super 7's strength are vehicles and stuff like that. I think that their figures constantly fall all over the spectrum, but their vehicles and heavier solid pieces like that are their strength. So I think it'll be fun.
That I'm only going based off of that Snake Mountain that they did, which is beautiful. But again, I don't even know. Maybe Super 7 inherited that because I know that when Super 7 started doing Motu figures back in the day, they inherited a lot of sculpt. So I don't even know if it's that. I don't fucking know, dude.
Yeah.
Are you going to get the Storm Collectibles Blanca? I am tempted. I'll be honest. Because I love that character. If he doesn't look up, I'm gonna fucking throw that thing at a moving car and hope that guy swerves and does a lot of property damage. But
wow,
yeah,
and then hits. Who was it that got the? He's gonna hit the person, Liquid Momentum, who gets hit by a car. Isn't that who it was? No, that they meet Sweeney Todd.
Didn't Liquid Momentum say the nice thing? Are you talking about that guy that called me a loser?
No. It was one of the franchise Rick. Maybe you were like telling all these people how they're gonna win because they got the Mad Hatter.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Memberships.
Yes,
It may have been
the guy
franchise
who
Rick. It's hit by a car is because you threw a block at the one guy driving. He swerves, hits franchise Rick.
That's right. And then franchise Rick goes to the hospital, but in the hospital, guess who's there? Sydney Sweeney. I don't know why Sydney Sweeney is always around places and wants to hook up with random people. But hey, these are my thoughts. All right, Jonathan, you can't police my thoughts. Don't try to police my brain.
I would never.
What was this comment? I think we're both clicking on something at the same time. The plastic they use for the cat slayers and the best. Oh, that's great. That's I love hearing that.
Yeah, that's exciting. As far as Storm, I don't buy any Storm collectibles. The Darkness Night.
Fred, I've never seen you do a Storm collectibles review ever.
One of the first videos on the channel, like pretty early in the days anyway, was the Storm Collectibles reptile that was sent to me to review, and I hated that thing. His tiny little head, none of it made sense. It was like $80 figure, and I was like, this is the biggest piece of junk.
Yeah.
But then I did a live stream and went over what's Goro's dad? Kintaro? Is that him? It was like
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
the exclusive version that came with all the blood effects and everything. That thing was pretty sweet.
Yes. Yeah. They make some good, dude. Like their Zangief is one of the best Zangiefs.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's gonna top it. This Blanca looks really fucking good too, man. Um, John, what do you think about this? Just reminded me this comment. We'll get super angry when Neko screws over everyone again sometime. Looking towards that reaction. So his comment reminded me of what do you think is going to happen with that kitchen, man? You think that they're going to release like they said they're going to release it, but the kitchen diorama, that's the last diorama
Yeah.
that they showed.
Can we remember the timelines of when they released these other labs? I think it was this time. Wasn't it this time last year that they did Donnie's lab?
It was this early.
Wasn't it?
I thought Donnie's lab went up for pre-order in like March or something. No.
Oh man. Let's see if we can find it.
Dude, that new layer is going to be so heavily scrutinized because like I think it's smaller than, if I'm remembering correctly, when I saw them all displayed, what was it, like 2 Comic Cons ago? I think that it's smaller.
March 5th was
March
okay.
5th. Okay. Oh man.
So yeah, the kitchen is smaller. You can still see that today. The placement of the holes were off center, so you couldn't line it up at the time with the other labs and sewer layer.
Okay.
So maybe they fixed that. I mean, if they're
Okay.
trying to go cartoon accurate, then it's just gonna like offset everything. It's gonna be really weird. I think, man, March is a big time because that's also when they're gonna do Haulathon usually.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's when Haulathon is. That's right. I don't know, man. I'm curious, man, if they release that kitchen and it's also 250 or whatever,
300.
but it's like smaller, they like
Well, it's
if
gonna have
they
a lot of accessories in it. It's gonna be stuffed with like the stoves, the refrigerator, the
yeah.
table, the
Would
chairs,
would you get it?
and then all the things that they show advertised with won't be in the box, like Donatello's tools.
Right, right, of course.
As of right now, I don't want to have anything to do with any of it. Like I said previously, the only items that I would want would be Shredder, because I have never gotten a Shredder, but I would buy it and never review it, never talk about it. And then I would buy Tempestra if they ever made her.
Right.
But as of right now, like the curiosity of figures, the excitement, everything has gone out the window since the fiasco, and they constantly refuse. I had like a whole rant towards the end of Jay's live stream last Sunday.
Yeah, yeah, you know what? You're not wrong. Like, if let's take a step back for a second. I have also found myself subconsciously annoyed at the thought of buying NECA stuff. Like to the point where I don't know, man. It's like you want to support the artists, you want to support like the artists that do the hobby that you like, but like
Right.
I also have that same feeling now, and that's not a good feeling where you're just like I don't get like warm and fuzzy, you know. I just
Yeah.
kind of every
And,
time I
and most
say
of those guys are contracts, so they could be let go at any time.
that is true. Um,
But
like
that's the
Zelu
contract.
1984, he's the guy who did he did that shredder with the Krang. Like I
Yeah.
want to support him. I love all his shit. But like yeah, he's a contracted player.
Yeah, he's big with
Um,
Mondo, so he's going to be, I'm sure he's fine.
yeah.
And
I
some
guess
other
the theme
line,
is
I think, in
like
the future.
yeah, I guess the theme is that in the toy game, like you're not too big to fail. And if you just piss off enough people, like if people start to associate your name with like not having fun,
Mm-hmm.
I think that you're going to be in trouble, you know?
Yep.
So,
Yeah. I mean, I think everything I needed to say is in that live stream with Jay. So you can like skip towards the end of it if you wanted to. A lot of the same stuff. Like I love the artists, love the sculptors, all these people behind it. but the NECA, whatever is running the social and emails and everything, those are the problem people. And whatever that essence of NECA has connected to that. So it doesn't really matter who those people are, because they are the presence of NECA, and that is now what NECA is. They are the bad stuff of that.
Yeah. Humble pie goes a long way. If you were smart, you would hire some new PR person to come in and say, "Hey guys, heartfelt letter, mistakes were made," and a display of contrition, whether that be, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know how you get yourself. But
you acknowledge the issue. It's like a press conference. You gather people together. You get people to write up an article or whatever fucking bullshit, and then you acknowledge the problems. You apologize for that and say that you need to do better. And these are the actions that we are taking to show our consumers that we mean to do better. And then you just go forward and make do to be better.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Trash around my plastic with the $5 super chat to one of us. Wants to know if you saw the Flipboard cosplay by Din Djarin.
Dude, that dude fucking made my day. Yes, go to either TMNT Party Wagon, and it's there, or you go to my Instagram. Please follow this guy. This dude just made the most amazing Flipboard cosplay. It's wild. Okay, it's a little racy, but it's a guy in a loincloth. You know what I mean? Like, what are you gonna do? I got so inspired by it that I told John an idea I had. John, can I just say it to the chat? Is that
you can say it's your idea?
I know, but like, would it like, if you're my consigliere, would that ruin anything if I mentioned like what that was? Like,
yeah,
probably not, right? Like,
I would say, put something together and then make an announcement with that.
All right, never mind. Thank you. Legal advice from Jonathan Maxwell. What is it? What is the acronym for a lawyer?
It's just brand awareness. Like a brand ambassador, not even a lawyer.
Yeah, brand ambassador from Jonathan Maxwell, brand ambassador. Anyway, dude, even his face. Somebody did a close up. I was like, this dude, he has the same. I was like, am I related to this guy? I don't know. Maybe. John, is there anything else before we?
You've asked me that 4 times, and you always have something else. So I never even get to answer it.
I don't like how, like you said, like that was kind of like
fucking presenting a question and then taking it away from me. Are you just looking in the mirror and asking yourself stuff? Can I be part of this?
Jonathan, I'm going to ask you that, and which I did, and now I'm going to shut up. Go, Jonathan.
What was the question?
Is there anything else?
No, there's nothing else. There's nothing else. It's just, if anything, it's just what can we be pissed off at NECA about this year, the year of Flipboard 2025. And that's actual, the year of Flipboard 2025.
Yeah.
Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun?
I've been looking at ships.
2025 is the year of Flipboard.
I've been going online and looking at cargo ships to see which one I want to ship Flipboard, and like the different types. I want a cargo ship that because I saw I want a cargo ship that doesn't stack their cargo stuff too high, because there's that one video, I don't know if you ever saw it, where it's like
the whole ship falls over.
The whole fucking I don't want that cargo ship.
No, it has to be. Go ahead.
No, please continue. Please.
It has to be.
I wasn't going anywhere.
There's like huge chunks of rusted out spots along the sides of it, and you're like, I hope to God it's not rusted at the water level down. There's a lot of like paint.
Right, that would be bad.
Stuffs. The name of the ship you can't even tell because it's so old and like worn off. There's a lot of people that I want to clarify. They're not pirates, but half of the crew members do talk like this. We've got to get another of those crates up there, boys. Oh, yes, Captain. We got it. There's a couple of bumbling idiots that are always hitting into each other. Oh, we've got it, Captain! Don't worry! Oh! And then they run off
Wow,
and do it.
so you're not even talking about like Somalian pirates. You're talking about like pirates from the Caribbean, like 1700, 1800 circa pirates.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but they're
You're not
not
talking
pirates.
about like I'm the captain now pirates.
No, because I wouldn't want to do that accent. So it's just this like the boat doesn't look like it's approaching the docks, and they're like, trying to get them on the intercoms, and they don't even have that two-way radio.
Right,
They
right.
still
Yeah.
have a guy like in a crow's nest.
Yeah, he's in a crow's nest, like, oh no, look at land.
Doing like flashing light while reflecting it with a mirror.
What if I try to save money on shipping by getting like just that, like a dude in a crow's nest, like old school pirate ship that just puts all the flipboards on there and just gets into fights and battles and probably will show up on shore with like one of their cargoes or whatever.
It's like a year and a half late.
Yeah, and he's like, we finally arrived with the flipboards right here. And I open it up and it's just like, there's like seaweed and shit in there. I'm like, dude, it's not even usable.
Well, to be honest, it was a bit of a trouble on the way.
we lost 20 men and we lost 20 more to the sea. No, it's like some captain and he's got like some crazy, like, he's like Quint. He's got like some crazy stories. He's like, where are your flippers? He lights his pipe. He's like, I lost 30 good men to the sea for your fucking flippers. And I'm like, come on, man, I paid for these. Can't we just get them into people's hands? And he tells me like the story of how the sharks ate them. And like, it's a whole fucking, what's the shit?
We can get them to you people. But first, let me tell you a story.
What's it called? What's the SS? What is the thing that went down? All the sharks ate everybody. What's the?
Wait, what?
Dude, the story from Jaws.
The
one that Quint tells. I want to interview these captains. I want to like interview like before I want to interview the captain before he does the thing.
Yeah, we got to do this.
Dude, can you? What if you and I did Zoom interview? Can you help me? Like, we'll do Zoom interviews with the captains, and then together we'll hire the right captain for these flipboards.
Yeah, they're like, well, thanks for having me on. We've actually invested quite a bit this last year, thanks to 4 major investors. We have $1.2 billion, making sure that we have the finest protection and technology, not only to track the order that, hey, you know what? We'll be in touch. What? There's no better. No, well, thank you. Next guy comes on. Well, we've had the same ship for about 120 years. Crew's been eaten a couple times by the Kraken. You're the man.
That's the guy.
I guarantee that we can get the products here.
Dude, that's that first guy gets rejected completely. He's like he's got a PowerPoint. He's like, as you can see, the routes we take and our security is one of the best. We do, and it's like, nah, get rid of it. And then his guy's like, oh, that's right. I could get we'll get those
scrounge around a couple of mates.
Like, I want a ship that not only are they putting the flipboards on there, but they're also like trolling for crab or what, or trawling, like they do 2 things, but they separate. But he's like, the compartments would be separated. On the left-hand side, that's where your cargo is, and on the right is doubloons from Trinidad. Whatever else they're trying to fucking get is on that ship.
Yes. And the day that they're like, all right, let's cast off and set sail, boys, and they do that, and they're and then you hear this like loud explosion and a lot of smoke coming out of the back. They couldn't even leave the dock.
Oh man, does he have one of those telescopes that like he does one of those? Oh man, dude, that's the captain. So guys, if you got a flipboard, take comfort. We're getting a captain, like we're getting a real sea salt type of to get those to you.
And you probably won't get it because of all of the shenanigans.
Yeah, but what a great story to tell.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right? I mean,
The
what
flip
would you
or
want more? Do you want those flipboards in hand, or do you
right.
want to tell the story of Captain Arbil who, sunk and, lost your flipboards and all his men were eaten? Like, that's a better story
Yeah.
than just having your flipboards in hand. I would say.
I agree. I mean, yeah, you got their money, so so super chat's $5 from Trash for My Plastic. Do you guys really still hate Pops? Because I was supposed to send you guys something to review and I never got your information, Johnny. Well, I'll just say right now, I mean, while there are a couple Pops, I'm assuming you're talking about Funko Pops. The last thing I would ever do is review one. It doesn't really fit the theme, I guess, huh?
Right.
Like, here's the action, here's the articulation, here are the posing segments.
Right.
It's like 30
I mean, I'll
seconds.
say,
I appreciate it. I'll say that.
yeah.
But I also have way too much stuff that, like, letting someone send me something is so far from possible right now that when I look at the stuff I need to review, I literally start to feel like overwhelmed and like stressed.
I am the same. Dude, I 100% you're speaking my language. I'm getting a little overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I just have a backlog as well. So thank
My
you for the super chat.
yes. And
But
thank you
yeah,
for the
I
tip.
don't hate my father. I mean, he made mistakes. I mean, Pops was a good guy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But
Oh, no, I hate my dad.
that's a
The
very personal. But yeah, but go ahead, John.
the B-roll, so like, the close-up B-roll stuff and the posing takes me probably about 2 hours every video just to put together. And then I still have to edit everything, so it's a nightmare. What have I've made it
Huh?
worse for myself. I've made it worse for myself because my videos have gotten like there's more in them and more happening, but now I'm like every time I have to do a video, I'm like, God, if I don't really love what I'm about to review, then I don't want to. I have like 4 or 5 videos where I recorded the overhead segments, but I have no interest in doing the rest of them. One of them is that Mad Max figure from whoever that was.
Oh, did you get that?
Yeah. He's right here. The Wasteland Gladiator.
Oh, dude, I'm very curious because I might go in on that. I was interested in that, and I was interested in the not Gandalf. I don't know if you saw that one, but that's another figure that it looks good. It's not pleather, is it?
Yeah. And the problem is it's just John Mayer.
I can't tell. It doesn't look like him.
It looks like John Mayer. 100%. I mean, if you look at the photos on the internet, this company, who is this? Premier Toys, they do 1/6 scale stuff, and they have one of him 1/6 scale, and it looks good. But for whatever reason, they squished his face down, and I don't know who this is.
So you don't recommend it because I would literally be buying if can you send me just some close-ups of it,
Buy it and then put it in the ramen racer.
But you don't like it.
Ramen razor. This is the best.
I mean, it looks good from here. Jacket looks a little big, but it looks fucking good.
Yeah, the jacket is definitely running a little big because it's pleather. Instead of doing like what he got with this like plastic, that's genius. I think that's like the best choice that they did was make this like a plastic
Right.
leather versus trying to do this like thick material at this scale. But the details on this are really nice. I don't think, I mean, articulation is going to be the last thing this guy ever does. But if you just want this guy on your shelf, you just like his look, it's going to be like this most of the time.
How much was it?
A lot. I don't remember, $100 or something. Comes with a lot of stuff. It has a little.
Is that from 5K?
No, I got it from 16kit.com.
Okay.
Comes with binoculars. It's got a hatchet. It's got his trusty shotgun, and it opens and has shotgun shells in it, which is cool.
The problem is with this guy is like, unlike somebody mentioned Indiana Jones, unlike Indiana Jones, like they're never going to make this. Like this is like,
right. Yeah.
You know, so you really can only get like third party stuff. Let's just go through some super chats real quick. Thank you, Video Power Game, with the super chat $4.99. Love the voice and skits. My favorite part. There you go. All right, that's his favorite part, Jonathan. Thank you, buddy.
That's my favorite part too. Everything else in between we have to talk about toys sucks.
Whoa, come on, guys. He didn't mean that. Thank you, Trash Around My Plastic Super Chat, 10 USD. Okay, well, then I might as well tell you what it was going to have Pops made of you guys. It was going to be you and Mad Hatter and you and the Target Stalker. Oh, my Lord. Well, that's a different thing. First of all,
that is a different thing.
Yeah, thank you, buddy. But a pop of us is a different. So, yes, of course we would love that.
That's like if somebody drew me or something, like when people do cosplay of Flipboard, people do drawings of Flipboard and stuff. That stuff, it's way better. I like Flipboard. I don't collect obviously Masters of the Universe. That line that's in Target and everything, it's just like it's too much on the verge of like a toy for me. I like the more artistic stuff. Taking advantage of everything modern, all the paint, but that comes with a hefty price. But Flipboard is fucking great because of the lore, because it's you. Like everything that's connected around it, I love. So that is different.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yes, even that. So yeah, the whole different ball game, even though, let's face it, people are not going to get their Flipboards because of John. What about this? Here's the scenario. So you got that bad captain. Let's pretend the ship comes in. It's all dilapidated. It's all it's like Coast Guard finds me on a raft.
Yeah.
He finds one seaman on a raft. Okay, you're the guy who has to interview me. Okay. And I'm like smoking a cigarette, and I'm all like my hand is like shaking. Okay, and I just got so you got to interview me.
Sir, we just found out what you had to go through. Could you please tell us a little bit more of the details of everything that happened to you these past few months?
It's all like I'm trembling, and I'm like, it was.
Please talk into the microphone.
It was the captain. He took the Flippos and he opened the crate and he started just flipping them. He did, and he just kept on. He just got crazy. Just kept on saying, "I love this thing," and he thought that the crew was trying to take the Flippos from him, so he murdered them all. And then I had to murder the captain, and I sunk the ship. I sunk it good. And then you just find out like he just executed, like, he just got obsessed with it was the gold in the flipper arm. He thought it was real gold, and he killed the crew and he ate them. And you just get that one fucking dude who just like he's the only guy who survived it. But like the guy, like the captain opens the chest, he gets gold fever because he thinks like it's like real gold, and he just executes the whole crew. And then his right hand man kills him, sinks the ship, and that's who you find on the raft.
Captain, it's not real gold. You know that, don't you?
It's gold for say it is. And then he has like a blunderbuss. It's gold for say it is. And he's like, who here? And he's like messing with the flipper arm or whatever. You're trying to get me flipper, aren't you? And it's like a whole there's a whole story of mutiny. And like, because he thinks that it's like real gold. And it's like, sir, I'm pretty sure it's metallic gold. I'm pretty sure that's not real gold. But like, there's a whole fucking backstory.
As much
but
as
that would make my Flipboard insanely valuable, because I would technically, have the only Flipboard, because they all sunk to the bottom of Davy Jones's locker.
So you have the comic that's going to come out with Flipboard, which is absolutely so perfect. This is the kind of thing that I would want as another comic. It's like, it's not following the Flipboard character. So it's like a multiverse. It's just like, it's all meta, I guess. Like it's all contained within itself, but the land of Nefertiti doesn't exist in this. Like it's our world, or another version of a world out there where they're shipping these things, and that's their story.
Wait, are you suggesting that the comic book is about the guys who are shipping Flipboard to people?
Yeah, so there's like a one-off.
Genius.
It's a one-off comic that is that story about how Flipboard made it to their destination or whatever.
Dude, that is a brilliant. The comic book is about it's a Flipboard comic about the guys we hire to ship Flipboard, and they end up getting gold fever on the ship and mutinied, and the captain murders everybody, and then his right-hand man murders him, and then we find him. Oh, and the narrative can be the wraparound is him being interviewed by the guy, but like by your character who's like, we found you on the island. What can you tell us? And he's smoking his cigarette, and he's like, you're not gonna believe this story. And then it goes into the thing. That is a brilliant comic.
Yeah.
That should be the fucking comic. Nobody would be doing that.
No. I this needs to happen.
We have to delete this chat. We have to delete this live stream because I don't want anybody to know about this because I want it to be new when it comes out because it's a fucking brilliant idea.
Yeah. And I get 80% of the profits.
You will get 80%. I don't think I'm making any money off the comic, so you get a giant share of the percent. Oh my God, dude, please, we have to do it. And the guy has to look like you. I'm gonna get the comic artist.
Be careful. Be careful writing my character that easily.
Why?
Because I think it deserves something a little more fleshed out. There's been like 100 better ideas than the interviewing guy.
Oh, you want a different? No, I'm just saying he has your face.
Oh, I see.
All right.
It's like a.
Look how John getting all like. John wants he wants to be at the top of the call sheet now.
Well, I'm just gonna be a reporter. That's not exciting. But if it's just a cameo,
John, what if you were either the captain or the right hand man? Who's the guy mutiny at the bounty? Who's the Mel Gibson character? The guy who betrays the captain, the Anthony Hopkins guy. You're that guy. What if you were the dude who is like the top, the right hand admiral or whatever? Or I don't know. I don't know what the ranks are with captains. I got to do research.
Yeah, you do. It's important for the story.
He said he wanted to keep flipping. He did. All right. It's been
on that note
7 hours. Okay. Thank you, chat, for sticking with us through all this ridiculousness.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
I'm gonna go prepare my day for Animate in Raleigh, North Carolina. Come get some autographs and buy some artwork.
I like when you work your booths. Your booths are always so nicely laid out.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
All right, people. Thank you. The first mate. There you go. I was the first mate. I was. Is that another super chat? Okay, well then I missed one. Okay, sorry, that was the other super chat. All right, I think we got all the super chats. I hope we didn't miss anything. But thank you, lovely people, for coming out to the first Johnny and Hatter and Johnny live stream of 2025. Some might say the last.
Yeah.
Of
some
2025.
People call it the year of the Flipboard. I've heard that on the internet.
This might be the first and last one. Fletcher Christian, that's who it was. That was the guy from Mutiny. That's the dude who rose up the mutiny against the captain.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. All right.
And then you make a side deal. You go. So John, your character is basically like, all right, once you tie up the captain, you'd be like, we're all gonna get locked up after we get to shore. And you're like, no, what we do is we take the flakers. We leave the flippers on here. We take the flakers. We get in a lifeboat and we go to an island and we start a new life. That's your whole plan, because everybody's afraid. Because if you show up to shore, I don't know if you know this, but if you show up to shore with a tied up captain, you are fucked. It's the gallows. You get locked up. So the move is tie up the captain, leave him with the flipboards. You take one crate of flakers, put it in the life raft, and then you guys go start. But of course that goes wrong. And that's another thread in the comic, is like what happens because somebody betrays you and probably sides with the captain.
It ends with they made it to the island, their lifeboat and the flakers, and they're like, and finally they knew they were safe from all of the chaos. And then you flip the panel, it's like, or were they? And you just see silhouettes over the mountaintop. So it's like increased scale for the sake of threat, but you have the island with the trees, the nice beautiful scene, but then there's a sun back there, and then just huge silhouettes of whatever creatures are on this
Oh
island.
yeah, there's creatures on the island. Yes, that's right. I love
Yeah.
it. I love it. All right, that's it. Guys, we just cracked